Hello everyone, Reed here, and today I want to talk about MMOs, or why they are never really a good idea, but why gaming companies seem to be attracted towards that model. So if you don't know what an MMO is, or more specifically, an MMORPG, it's a massively multiplayer online RPG, or role-playing game. So a very good example of this is World of Warcraft. Yeah, I'm assuming you've at least heard of it. But in the past few, I want to say I don't even know, like past couple years, there's kind of been a surge, and it seems to happen every few years, like a surge of 2 or 3 new MMOs, and then they all sort of die out. But I mean, it's happened at least 3 times in the past that I can think of at least. But why do game companies keep doing this? Um, my reasoning or my thoughts are, um, a game company can make a game and they want to have sort of an engaging experience, and they want to they kind of want it to be their dream game, so they go with the MMO model. But the problem with that is you sacrifice gameplay and you sacrifice story for well, you don't have to, but for the most part, that gameplay and story are two big things that are sacrificed when you make an MMO. Like, this wasn't always the case though, because I mean, back 2004 when World of Warcraft came out, there was tons of story, and people who played that game cared about the story because they came from Warcraft 3 or Warcraft Frozen Throne. So they were just kind of like, this was the continuation of the story. Now, I can guarantee that a good 90% of the people who like just start WoW now or play it now have never even read like on probably any of the new or any of the quest the quest stories or motivations. Like, the quest giver tells you something, and then they just don't read that. Because why would they? The focus of the MMO is the late game, so they just have to speed through that early game to get to it. That's another problem. A lot of focus on MMO seems to be the late game, and at least after a year or two into its lifetime, it seems to be that late game. Like, what do I do when I hit max level? But what I want to know is, why hasn't there really ever been or recently, why hasn't there been an MMO where exploration or experience was the main draw? Like, take a game like Journey. Yeah, Journey for the PS3. It's $15. That is how. That's a type of MMO I would play if it were to have, some standard or like more than just, walking and platforming elements. But yeah, why don't game companies do that? And my thought is because a lot of people aren't going to want to play that. But, and that's probably true, honestly. Like, when you hear the term MMO, you think of a lot of people usually doing, or well, you think of, a hotbar, skills, stuff like that. But why not focus, instead of on having 50 different skills for one character, why not give them like 20 skills and then pour more of your resources into the world? Make that world interesting to run through, interesting to look at, and just make it feel like an adventure. That's what I feel a lot of MMOs are missing these days, is that sense of adventure. Because I used to play WoW. I stopped a year or so ago, I want to say. And by that time, I didn't care what I was running through or where I was. I just wanted to get my levels, get to endgame as fast as possible. It kind of just became like a skill. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it wasn't it was not a game really anymore. It was a leveling simulator. That's why I feel there's a lot of traps that MMOs seem to fall into, is that just level, 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 and not focus on the world you're in or the surrounding things. I know Guild Wars tried to do something with that, make the world dynamic, an interesting place, but I don't really think Guild Wars is very relevant anymore. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah, so why is the focus on the end game? My thoughts are that that's what people want. They want, or that's what game companies think people want. It's the tried and true. It's what they see that sells a game. But if they were to, either maybe just not even have levels, that's an interesting thought. But this is kind of a new innovation that people aren't going to want to throw a ton of money at. It's a risk. It's a very big risk for a game company, and so they're probably just not going to, take that risk. They'd rather get their money and get out, so to say. So that's just kind of my thoughts. Might do a follow-up video for this. Thanks for listening. This was Reed. See you later.